JJK is one of the most popular new-gen anime, but is often downplayed among the scaling community, especially when it comes down to their speed because of some new alterations that happen in the manga. So today I'm going to be making a full in-depth video on their speed. Speed. Something that's very downplayed in the Jujutsu Kaisen scaling community, and something I think I need to go over, at least going over some miscomprehensions and also my own true scaling of the series so you guys understand. So let's get into this. So when it comes to JJK speed scaling, nowadays it's often downplayed because of the new Mach 3 feat from Newa. People truly believe that the top tiers in Jujutsu Kaisen are only Mach 3 at best, which is not the case at all. Now, there are two ways to disprove this, one's easier than the other, so I'm going to take the liberty of going over the hard one first. So of course Newa did move at Mach 3, I'm not refuting this fact much, but like what type of speed did he move at? Specifically, we see it's quite apparent he only has this Mach 3 speed applicable when he's actually specifically using travel speed. Because as we see in the fight, he only truly blitzes people after he gets some distance on them and charges at them. But when he doesn't get that distance and he's fighting like close combat, even people like Kamino and even the samurai can react and combat Newa. Maki wasn't even really blitzed by Newa's Mach 3 thing. She wanted to try to catch him, she was just more hurt by the internal damage by the force. I mean, hell, the man literally had to get a city block worth of distance just to charge up that speed. If that's not travel speed, then I don't know what is. This also makes sense in Jujutsu Kaisen because they were kind of lacking travel speed feats. There's a lot more like combat speed oriented feats, so it actually just makes sense why the creator want to put in a few travel speed feats. Which also brings me to my next point. This Mach 3 feat is a total contradiction and outlier to the rest of JJK. If we say this was truly combat speed applicable, because that would literally be an outlier, because that would literally make the beginning of series Maki slower than her current self, as she was able to see him catching bullets at point blank from her face. And before y'all try to say that feat's an outlier, she again did it in the anime, which was put out around like Mach 90, and was confirmed by the author that he goes through all the anime storyboards and approves of it first. So yes, this was intended. Not to mention Itadori in the next arc could point blankly, well not point blankly, but he could quite confidently dodge at pretty close range convergence, which is just stated to move at the speed of sound. Hell, just chapters before Newa, Hikari could point blankly move his head out the way of an actual lightning bolt, which was calculated around Mach 4760. As well as the many other combat speed feats they have that put them way higher than Mach 3, which if you try to interpret Newa's Mach 3 feat as anything more than it's a travel speed feat, then it would be an outlier. The argument could also fall under writer's inconsistency and maybe depth to the author, though I doubt it because Gege does put a lot of detail into her verse. Another argument that you can also use for the speed of sound is the fact that the speed of sound in the JJK verse is a lot higher compared to ours. Like, this is still a supernatural based verse, and they have stuff like imaginary concepts or just curses that just neg concepts altogether. So saying that their measurement of the speed of sound is the same as ours could be considered the appeal to reality. That of course is assuming you go with the fact that the feat is a purely combat speed related, which I've proven is not the case. And let's say I steelman you and say, okay, that interpretation is a travel and combat speed thing. It still wouldn't matter for the top tiers of theirs. It still wouldn't really affect them, because even including Maki, because we already established that pre-fully awakened Maki wasn't really getting blitzed by Newa. It's mostly the force of the attack that hurt, since she kind of wanted to like try to catch him. But after she cleared her mind and actually became fully awakened like Toji, it was even stated that she was equal to Toji now, she was quite casually finessing Newa and he could not hit her at all. Even at one point she was able to dodge midair while being only like a foot away from him. Even Kenjaku was point blankly dodge a convergence from his fate a few inches, and even at some point at even centimeters range from dodging it. And he even has his own FTL feat, being able to react and activate his curse technique with inside Yuki's black hole, which is just stated that not even light can escape it. And even the fact that we actually prove that it's a real black hole, watch my video on it, just being able to move or stand in that black hole would actually need to be, FTL. So yeah, JJK is still pretty fast. And if you're curious where I actually scale these guys in terms of like putting a number on their speed, I don't really want to go over the exact numbers on a measurement for specific characters, since I will be going over like specific characters in like versus battle actual like videos coming up from my few next videos. So I'm just gonna like hold on that, but just give you a rough estimate where I think specific characters should be around. If you want to know, basically in the Kyoto Sister Exchange arc, Yuji performed this Black Flash feat, which put him at 1.1% the speed of light. And remember, after he uses the Black Flash, he gets that tremendous increase. I recommend you watch my Black Flash video. And when this actually makes it consistent that they have the sub relativistic to now actually in the FTL ranges, because after he gained that amp, he was able to fight Hanami pretty consistently, which was shown at the end of the fight, be able to dodge Hollow Purple. That's important because Hollow Purple is made of imaginary mass, which by default moves to FTL due to being tachyonic, which tachyonic particles are FTL by nature. This is again also pretty consistent because, you know, Kenjaku was able to activate his curse technique with inside Yuki's black hole, which is just stated cannot escape. It just, you know, even light cannot escape. And even also again shown, since I again watched my video on it, the fact that it's a real black hole, just being able to stand or move in there, you would need FTL movement. So yeah, you can get these special grades or higher people or curses into the FTL ranges. Honestly, I'm fine if you have any one of these guys at bare minimum 1 times the speed of light. Any one of these guys will do, and that'll be fine by me. And yeah, that'll be all for this video. So, you know, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, that'll be all. Like, again, there's gonna be a lot more like JJK scaling. I got like at least 2 videos when I'll get out, because I've been kind of building this up for them specifically. And with that out of the way, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And that'll be all. Mr. Crafty out.